beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I want to talk to you about the beings of light. The beings of light are what the way I see them and I understand them at this like beautiful purple violet beams of light that stand behind me. I believe there's 6 or 7 of them. I'm not exactly sure. They're saying 6 right now, but they have been with me since I opened up to my gifts and using my gifts in sharing them while helping others heal. So I wanted to just share a little bit about this because when I first started, like my very first session, when I was just practicing, I saw them, I felt them, and I was able to run energy through them or through me. I don't know, I can't even really explain it, but I was using and attaching and connecting to their energy in order to facilitate the healings that I was doing. And then after that, I began to talk about the angels because I'm an angels girl. And what does that mean? It means that I talk with the angels and I channel the angels and I always ask the angels help, like in my automatic writing and, things like that. But it came to my awareness that my main connection is the beings of light. And that I began to talk and share about the angels with you, with my audience, with my clients, is because and I'm really emphasizing the I here, I was trying to find something that would be more normal or more accepted or more understandable by the public or by the people who I was reaching, when in fact, it was just my own uncomfortableness of like, what is this that I am connecting with? What do I call it? What exactly is it? Where is it coming from? And how do I explain it? How do I put this into words? So I have come a really, really long way in my journey in accepting who I am, seeing um, what I'm able to do, connecting and talking about it. Talking about it is the most difficult part, right? Sharing, because you're really putting yourself out there, like just raw. And now I am ready, and they are very, very present right now, the beings of light, to share with you about them. Why? Because it has to do with your acceptance of who you are and with you being able to be you, no matter how weird, how crazy things seem to be, because that's who you are. And anything else that we put around or as a face, as not that I'm not connecting with the angels, because I do, but just talking about the angels and not talking about the beings of light is, in fact, a way of hiding, right? Hiding some information, some type of trueness of who I am and what makes me. This part has been really difficult for me, and I'm sharing it because it's important to be able to understand who we are and allow ourselves to be without the judgment. And of course, the first and greatest judgment comes from ourselves of us of trying to figure out and manage or micromanage the universe by putting and doing things that we think will be best. When in reality, being yourself to your fullest is the best. And this goes for anyone and any in anyone's path, right? So if you're feeling different in any way, right? It doesn't have to be holistic. Just like something different that doesn't match the norm. Maybe you are the one black sheep at your congregation somewhere. Maybe you're the black sheep of your family that thinks differently than everyone else talks, and you just cannot hold it in anymore. And then when you speak or you um, express yourself, you hold back. You hold back what you really are feeling, wanting, and needing inside, for the purposes of being accepted, being seen as one of the group, one of the kind, and being loved. Really, all we want is to be loved and accepted, isn't it? And so we begin to form these different ways of being, to speak different ways of speaking, with not really fully speaking about what we know, what we feel, and what we want to say. So I'm talking about the beings of light today because they are my main support group, my main connection. And it is time. It is time to be fully aware of it and embrace it and share it. Another reason that I'm sharing is because I know for a fact that many of you might be feeling the same, might be feeling connections to certain energies, to certain parts of the universe, and are putting different labels or are using certain things that are more commonly accepted, such as I have done with the angels, in order for you to be able to speak some of your truth and kind of start telling people how weird you are or how out of the box you are, because weird is a good thing. Okay, just putting that out there. You want to be different and unique because that's who you are. You don't want to be the norm and as everyone else. Aside from that, you want to be able to embrace who you are authentically and fully, 100% fully, because once that happens, then everything else really opens up for you. So, where was I going with this? Oh, I know. So I spilled some water on my nighttime table. I completely just missed the table, and the cup fell, and a whole bunch of water went all over the place. And then the next day, I went to make my coffee, and I realized that I had spilled water all around the coffee machine. And then I thought, okay, there's a meaning here. There's a message here. There's something, that I need to know, that I need to pay attention. And you're thinking, what? Just spilling water? That's a message? Yes. Nothing happens by mistake. Nothing happens by coincidence. Nothing happens just for happening. Everything has a meaning and a purpose. Everything. And so I started looking into what does that mean? And what came up for me was an overflowing of expression that I was holding in that really needed to come out. And the day after is when this whole awareness about the beings of lights came up to me. And I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the part that I have been holding in, that has been wanting to come out, and I haven't done it. And it is time for it to come out. So notice what goes on in your life, right? What kind of things are you repeating? What kind of things are happening that usually don't happen? Is a sign, it's a type of message from your guides, from your higher self, from God, from whomever it is that you're working with and you believe in, right? It's a sign, it's a message. It communicates, or they communicate, in ways that we may not be expecting. We're not going to hear someone in a room come and start speaking. I mean, although some of us might, just speaking to you and telling you straight out, very bluntly, what it is that you're going through or that you might benefit from working on. You're going to get it in different ways, in different messages, in different subtle whispers, so that you are able to receive them, figure them out, and integrate them, right? If I had a being just show up in front of me and talk to me, I might be shocked. I might be so shocked that I wouldn't be able to actually receive anything they're saying to me. I'm not saying that's going to happen, or it wouldn't, but it could, right? It might be too much for my system. And so our guides, our higher selves, they speak to us in these really subtle ways. A lot of us receive messages from our past loved ones through dreams first, before you actually can connect with them through meditation, or just by sitting still, or just by being. Why? Because your system is not prepared to hold it, understand it, and integrate it in your body. It's just too much for you. It's too much to understand, too much to hold. And so we still receive the messages, we still receive the connections, but we receive them in a way that our body and our mind can actually feel okay with it. Like, oh, that was just a dream. No, it wasn't. But at least we can say that to ourselves and we can be okay and not freak out about it until we're ready to open up that door ourselves. Because being here on earth is all about learning. And you know how they say the teacher will appear once the student is ready, right? I said that slowly for a reason. It's true. I cannot talk about this type of stuff with just anybody who is completely closed to this type of language or this type of theme. They would just completely close up. Why? Because they're not ready. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. There isn't. It's just that's where they are in their life. A person, a human, or a soul who is living this human experience right now needs to be ready on their own time, on their own um, timeline to be able to absorb and understand this type of stuff. We cannot bring somebody over because we are aware and we know it's good and we want them to be enlightened. We can't do that. People have to go through their own lessons and their own timeline. What we can do is just send love without the judgment, right? So when you are coming into your own awareness of things and you're feeling anxious or kind of like you just want to hide, you're not sure who to share this with, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sharing my experience because it's been a really long time since I've been doing this work. And it's only been now that this awareness has come up for me to be like, oh, wait a second, let me talk about this. It is not so bad. It is not so weird. Embrace that part of you and share with others because others will see themselves on your story. And that's the key of this. We teach and we lead and we help by sharing our stories. And each individual person, each individual being has their own individual story. You can have hundreds of people going through the same exact experience, and each one of them will have a different point of view about it because they are living according to their own thoughts and their own points of view. I know this for a fact, I can tell you. I have an older sister and a younger brother, so I'm the middle child. And I remember specific things happening in our childhood, which affected me greatly. And when I speak about these things with any of my siblings, and they say they remember it, just as I remember, and then we discuss what it means a completely different thing for each one of them. They had a completely different point of view, and therefore it affected or not affected them in a completely different way than it did me. Same life, same experience, same time, different point of view. When we get ourselves out of our own way and are able to embrace who we are and be able to express what we want to express, then things begin to make sense for us. Not for anyone else, but for us, right? So this is our own journey. I feel almost as if I'm talking in circles, like I'm going, like, where is this conversation going? Where is this actual theme going? What is this trying to tell you? And what the beings of lines are telling me right now to share with you is that it's okay wherever you are in your journey, whatever it is that you're doing, it's okay. You are right where you're supposed to be. And this is coming up really strongly. Do not beat yourself up for not getting here earlier, for not doing enough until now, for not seeing what you can see now before, for having done XYZ in your past. Stop it. Just stop it. Those are all experiences that have formed you to be the being that you are right now. Everything makes the pot. Okay, it's not showing me like a pot of food where you put all the different ingredients in. All alone they are just something, but then all together they create this amazing meal with the flavors and with the richness and with everything. So that's what they're saying. Every experience that you have gone through, every thought and decision that you have taken right up to this moment, and then continuing on forward as well, is what makes you who you are in the moment. And so they're really asking you to give yourself a break, step back, and allow yourself to just be and embrace yourself. And if you're not ready to completely show up and show to others that true authenticity that you are, that you know inside, they're saying it's okay. Your time will come. Do not beat yourself up if you're still feeling anxious or dubious about what your next step is in your journey. Whatever it is that you're feeling is the right thing for you. It's at your own pace. At the same time, they're asking you to call in your guides, call in your support group, call in your team for support on a daily basis, whomever your team is. It could be God, it could be the angels, it could be the energy, it could be whatever it is that you are working with. But they're asking you to call upon them or it every single day on purpose, intentionally, so that you can have more of a flow in receiving the messages and the guidance, so that you can feel supported more easily, so that you can know inside of you that when you make a decision, you're supported and you're going in the right direction. Listen to your intuition, to your thoughts, to your feelings, to that gut feeling, and connect. And begin to speak your truth at your own pace. But they're also saying to notice that each time you do that, each time you choose to speak your truth, how things flow to you with more ease and more grace. Okay, with that, I'm gonna let you go. I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Please like this and give it a review if you can. Send me a screenshot with the review if you figure out how to do it, and I'll do a 10-minute reading card just for you. And also share so that more people can get the messages. Okay, with that, I sign off and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.